so wildly partisan, he has to manipulate what is being said here.
Thank you. Further debate. Further debate? The member from Lanark-Frontenac-Lennox and Addington.
Thank you so very much, Speaker. Speaker, I will be supporting this bill, but I do want to say a few things about this bill, because first and foremost, it only scratches the surface of problems that this government has burdened our small business people with in this province. And it will do very, very little to stop the hemorrhaging of job losses and business closures in this province. And I think just to illustrate that, we got a note the other day from a small business owner in my riding. I won't use his full name, but his first name is Dennis, and he sent me this note. He sent it to me and to the federal member for my riding. He says, "I can't sleep. Too many thoughts. Just thought I would let you and Scott Reed know that as the owner of this restaurant, I have chosen to give up. I am 40 years old, work 7 long days per week, and have made very many positive changes to the restaurant and the community I live in. My hydro bill now per month is more than my mortgage, with the continued threat of more increases to come. I cannot and will not stand by to watch my customers share the pain with me by increasing my prices over and over again. I'm just letting you know how the corrupt and idiotic decisions made by our government is ruining many aspirations and local Ontario businesses. I, as well as my 15 employees, may contact you again someday. Well, we're in the EI or the welfare offices." That was a letter I received a little while ago from a constituent, Speaker. And Speaker, I called up Dennis.
I'd ask the member to withdraw a certain word he used.
Draw. Speaker, I phoned up Dennis, and he told me 5 years ago his hydro bill was $400 a month. It's now over $1,600 a month. Oh. And I will say it causes me the concern listening to the Liberal government debate this bill. I heard the member from Mississauga-Streetsville, the government House leader, the Minister of Training Colleges University, all refer to this debate they denigrated this debate, Speaker. They got up and said there was no need to debate this bill any further in this House, that after 6.5 hours of debate, we should not debate any further. If they had their way, Dennis's message would not have been heard in this House. And his message is every bit as important as the Minister of Training Colleges and Universities or the Minister, the government House leader. I cannot believe that ministers of the Crown here would suggest and demand that members do not uphold their responsibility, do not advocate for their constituents, and engage in debate on this important matter, Speaker. Speaker, there is much more about this bill, and I want to share a couple views just to put this in perspective. Between 2001 and 2009, which is the most recent years for data from Stats Canada that's available, the number of people employed in minimum wage jobs in Ontario has more than doubled. We've gone from 207,000 people working at minimum wage to 452,000. And Speaker, that's 45% of every new job created in Ontario in that period of time was a minimum wage job. 45%. Now, if you compare that to the rest of Canada without Ontario, actually saw the number of people in minimum wage jobs fall by 20,000 people. So the rest of this country has seen a reduction of minimum wage jobs. We've more than doubled minimum wage jobs participation in our economy. Speaker, absolutely atrocious. So when the Minister of Training, Colleges and Universities wants to spout numbers and figures about how well they've done, I'd like him to remember that one, where they've created the most minimum wage jobs in Canada. Speaker, one study found that 51% of businesses in agriculture and food processing wanted to expand their workforce here in Ontario in the next 5 years, but unfortunately, the respondents said that barriers such as zoning costs, the cost of utilities, and the lack of a skilled labor force would prevent them from doing so. Once again, that speaks to their apprenticeship program and their College of Trades programs. Speaker, we have people who want to hire our young people, like Dennis, like so many others in this province, but they can't because of this government. Here are some of the, I want to share a few of the other constituents' concerns that they brought forward directly to me. Jamie Wagner owns a small company called Blue Water. He has an innovative new septic system that operates at greater efficiency, takes up less space, and is half the cost of a conventional septic system. It's been approved in 3 provinces and all the American states. In Ontario, he's been waiting for over 3 years navigating the bureaucracy. There's still no end in sight, and there's still no approvals for Jamie. How about this one that I received a call from a fellow who owns a company in Ontario called Sparkle Wash. Sparkle Wash goes out, he has a mobile pressure washing system, and he goes out and takes graffiti off buildings and sidewalks and whatnot. His name's Dave Trefethan. WSIB classifies his mobile pressure washing system as a demolition and formwork contract.
Oh, sure.
Under pressure washing, he would pay $3.73 per 100 of payroll. However, because WSIB says he is into demolition and formwork, he pays $18.31 per 100, $15 more per 100 on his payroll taxes. Fighting for years with WSIB. Richard Bennett, he had the fantastic job that the Liberals have done informing tradespeople about the College of Trades. Mr. Bennett, along with countless other people, has had his license suspended for not complying with a requirement he was never properly made aware of with the new College of Trades. Speaker, paper mill in my riding, Strathcona Paper, their global adjustment charge on their energy bill is greater than their energy bill that they get. Over 50% of their energy costs are global adjustments, and it's an unknown moving target every month. Strathcona Paper can't plan, they can't, there's no certainty, and those jobs as well. But here, there's one just recently came in to see me, couple Malcolm and Peggy Kirkpatrick. They build, service, repair, maintain assisted mobility devices, walkers, wheelchairs, a host of different products. They came in to see me because they get paid from OHIP or through the Ministry of Health, the Assisted Care Device Program. Hard-working couple, work and work and work. They do everything by the book. It is commonplace for that program to take over a year to pay their bills to assisted to mobility care in Perth, Ontario. I phoned up the program manager and went through these lists of complaints of taking a year for a small business person to get paid by the government of Ontario. And he said they were doing a pretty good job, and they were doing a much better job than they were doing 5 years ago. They were actually at 60% of their bills got paid within 6 months, and he thought that was pretty good. 60%.
Thank you.
6 months. Thank you, Speaker.
Questions and comments? Member from Windsor-Tecumseh.
Thank you, Speaker, and yes, good afternoon again. I'd like to compliment